This is a desalination reverse osmosis water filtration skid. It is used for water filtration and for the treatment of wastewater. In this demonstration, we will focus on the typical condition sensing solutions used in the water treatment process. Here, we can see a feed water tank, RO pressure vessels, a clean permeate water tank, a concentrate reject water tank, and condition sensors used in a typical reverse osmosis filtration process. Once the process is started, flow passes through the high pressure pump, where a higher feed pressure of 500 psi is created for the feed water. We are using an 836E display pressure sensor to check the feed water pressure. The 836E device is made of 316L stainless steel. It can be programmed using push buttons or PC software. Also, it is available in switch and 4 to 20 mA analog output versions. Once the 500 psi pressure is reached, which is seen on the pressure sensor display and the green LED indicator, the inlet valve opens, allowing the feed water to flow into the RO pressure vessels. On the feed solution tank, which is on the left side of the skid, we have two level sensors, one halfway up the tank and a second one at the bottom. We're using an 840E level switch, which is available in both AC and DC versions. The switch turns on when there is liquid touching the sensing fork and turns off when there is no liquid touching the sensing fork. Note that the yellow LED turns off as soon as the water level falls below the switch. Now back to the RO pressure vessels. We see the flow entering the RO supply header. A flow transmitter with 4 to 20 mA output is used to check the total flow entering the system. The 839E flow sensor has been calibrated for both high flow and low flow settings based on the pipe diameter. As the feed water flowing into the skid increases, the display changes to indicate that increase. It indicates 100% when there is maximum flow through the pipe and can be used as a measure of the total gallons of water flowing into the skid pressure vessels. The RO supply header distributes flow to each of the 5 RO pressure vessels. The pressure vessels have 2 flow paths which exit the other side of the vessel. Flow that has passed through the RO membrane is collected through a tube located in the center of the pressure vessel. This water is called permeate due to the fact that it is permeated or passed through the membrane. Permeate is collected from all of the pressure vessels. Concentrate is the fluid containing the contaminants that are rejected by the filter. This concentrate is directed to the reject water tank, where it can then be transferred. The feed water continues to flow through the reverse osmosis membranes. The contaminants are trapped in the outer shell of each membrane. The concentrate reject water here is highlighted dark brown. After filtration, the water that has permeated through the membranes into the inner shell is called the permeate water, and here is highlighted blue. On the output side of the filtration skid, we have 2 flow transmitters, one on the permeate water pipe and a second on the reject water pipe. Both the 839E flow sensors have been individually calibrated for high flow and low flow settings based on the diameter of their respective pipes. The flow sensors at the output end of the process are used to measure the total throughput of the filtration system in gallons of water. The flow sensors display 100% when there is maximum flow through the pipes. A lower percentage is used as an indication of decreased throughput at the output end of the system. We are also using an 836E non-display pressure transmitter to check the water pressure at the permeate water pipe. A decrease in pressure indicates when the filters are getting plugged, and that it's time to backflush the filtration membranes. On the right side of the filtration pipes, we see a tank with permeate and a tank with reject water. The permeate tank has 3 840E level sensors to indicate overfill, mid-level, and low-level conditions. We are also using an 837E temperature sensor with display to check the temperature of the permeate water. The display of the temperature sensor shows 25 degrees centigrade. Here, we have seen typical condition sensing solutions such as pressure, temperature, flow, and level for the treatment of water.